Dan Wallace was the son of Lieutenant Robert Wallace of the New York City Fire Department, who died in the World Trade Center on 9/11. Dan expressed his view that the 9/11 attacks were a false flag orchestrated by elements within the United States government. And almost exactly 2 months to the day after this speech, he died a very mysterious death with very mysterious circumstances at the age of 23.
First, I'd really like to thank everybody coming out. My father was a firefighter, came from a family of firefighters. My grandfather was a firefighter. His father was a firefighter, so it basically runs in my family. My brother's actually going to be a firefighter. So this runs in my family. I mean, my father loved his job. There's nothing more in the world, except for probably his family. He loved his job to death. He would not do anything other than that. He actually, the summer before 9/11 he was on medical leave. He had a hernia operation, so he was with us the whole summer. Thank God I got to spend the last summer with my father. You know, he went on vacations, got the whole summer spent with him. And his first day back to work was September 11th. And they wanted to put him on light duty, meaning they wanted to keep him in the firehouse answering the phones. He refused. He said, "I'm a fireman, not a secretary." He said, I'm going to work no matter what. And I could just imagine if my father wasn't there that day, I could imagine how he would feel that he didn't go with his brothers into those buildings. My father would be a very, very broken man. And you know, ever since that day, I believe the official story for all about 2 minutes. And I always had my questions. You know, my family had their questions, and the government sent us the 9/11 commission, or I should say omissions, really. But they sent us that, and I read the whole thing. And as I'm reading the whole thing, it was just incredible the lies in this book. It's like, I don't remember how many pages. It's like 1,000 pages, something like that. But it's short or long, whatever. But it hurt me to read this book. And then I researched it on the internet, and I noticed the little squibs coming out of the building as they're coming down, because I've seen it a million times as everybody else did. And I'm like, gee, what's that? I'm wondering what's going on. So a friend of mine actually gave me a loose change, and I seen that, and I was amazed. I was so amazed when I seen it. I seriously, I broke down. I didn't sleep that night. I was just insanely distraught about it. And so I joined this group, the 9/11 Truth, and then I went to the Truth Rally in Cooper, Great Hall, Cooper Union, September 10th. I've been down to the Trade Center every year with my family. This year I was with my other family, and it felt better than anything I've ever felt before. I mean, actually get out there and know that I'm fighting for something that's right and something that's American, because that is the American way. My father was a true patriot. My father hung up the flag every day and took it down every night. My father was a true patriot, and I will follow in his footsteps. And I tried so hard. I'm going to try till the death of me to get him justice. Not only him, the 3,000 others that died too. When I go down to the Trade Center, I don't start crying until I actually see other families mourning for their family members. The people that went in there just for a 9-to-5 job, just worked there every day, doing whatever, their office jobs. And when I see that just upsets me more, because my father knew what he was doing. And on another note, actually, the fire department, they took us down about maybe 2 months, 3 months after it happened, and they let us listen to the recordings of their radio contact. And I actually heard my father's last words was, calm, as we're talking right now. He was He said, I'm trapped in an elevator. I'm going to try to hack my way out. I'll get back to you when, I said, radio contact Wallace. And, when I heard that, that made me so sick to my stomach. And it still makes me sick. And I just wanted to say this guy outside actually just told me, stop talking about 5 years ago. And I told him I will never stop talking about 5 years ago. It's been 40 years now, 30 years now. I'm never going to stop talking about it. As I said before, my father was a patriot. I'm a patriot, and everybody in this room that believes in truth and wants to find justice is a patriot. Because this is America. It is of the people, for the people, and by the people. And that's the America that I know. And that's the America that I'm going to defend, no matter what. So, in conclusion, I just really like to say thank you for everybody coming out, and we are going to keep up this fight till the end, till the very end. Like my man said before, he said they took it from the top to the bottom, we're going to take it from the bottom to the top.
On the right of this photo is Dan Wallace. In the middle, in the blue jacket, is me. On the right, in the black hoodie and the blonde hair, with the smirk on his face, is Luke Rakowski. Almost exactly 2 months to the day after this speech, Dan Wallace died very mysteriously in his sleep at age 23. He was found the morning of January 29th, 2007, dead in bed by his girlfriend Sabrina, who has since given multiple explanations as to what happened before he was found dead. Now, I was renting a room in the upper level of Luke's father's house at that time, and that night I went down to the basement where Luke was living to talk to him about the situation, and I saw that Sabrina Rivera was sleeping over Luke's place that night. She didn't even give it a whole day to recover. The very night, the very same day that he was found dead under very mysterious circumstances, she was with Luke, and they were a couple for at least 2 years after the very mysterious death of Dan. I think this should raise suspicion to any and all people who care about Dan and what really happened on 9/11. Let's not forget Dan Wallace.